Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. God love and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, and honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love.
Hi, good morning. Welcome. And thank you for all being here. Welcome on YouTube as well as the live Zoom. And we appreciate you all for being here. We are grateful to live, work, play, and create on traditional and unceded territory of many Indigenous people of Vancouver Island. And we're going to go into an affirmative prayer. So you can close your eyes if you'd like to. Just want you to breathe in the essence of God and the universe. Really feel part of the oneness. Connect with everyone in this room. Connect with people at home. Bring gratitude into your heart. And I ask that today each and every one of us have more compassion than when we came. We feel more supported and we have more courage in the days to follow. And we thank the universe for always being with us, God for always supporting us, and we trust in you. So it is.
We are one with all creation. Endless are our possibilities. Wake up, enjoy the celebration. Everyone's welcome in this community. Celebrate with joy. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate peace and harmony. Celebrate with joy. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate our unity. Celebrate with joy. Celebrate the love we share. Celebrate our unity. Celebrate our unity. Celebrate our unity. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed had brought me here to the present moment here, to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
So we have wise words. I'm going to share from an Osho Zen tarot book that I have. And they actually gifted an extra card in the deck to Osho, who is a god man from India, a mystic of sorts. And this is called the Master, and it's inspired by his teachings. The Master in Zen is not a master over others, but a master of himself. His every gesture and his every word reflects his enlightened state. He has no private goals, no desire that anything should be other than the way it is. His disciples gather around him, not to follow him, but to soak up his presence and be inspired by his example. In his eyes, they find their own truth reflected, and in his silence, they fall more easily into the silence of their own beings. The Master welcomes the disciples, not because he wants to lead them, but because he has so much to share. Together, they create an energy field that supports each other's unique individual in finding his or her own light. Beyond mind, there is an awareness that is intrinsic, that is not given to you by the outside, and is not an idea. There is no experiment up till now that has found any center in the brain which corresponds to awareness. The whole work of meditation is to make you aware of all that is mind and disidentify yourself from it. That very separation is the greatest revolution that can happen to man. Now you can do and act on only that which makes you feel joyous, fulfills you, gives you contentment, makes your life a work of art and beauty. But this is possible for only if you, the Master, is awake. Right now, the Master is fast asleep, and the mind, the servant, is playing the role of the Master. The servant is not even your servant. The servant is created by the outside world. It follows the outside world and its laws. Once your awareness becomes a flame, it burns up the whole slavery that the mind has created. There is no blissfulness more precious than freedom, than being a master of your own identity.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the thing that shaped my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me, who am I am wisdom, I am light, I am more than misty eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me, what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the thing that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the thing that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light and brighten someone's darkest night. I am so much more than misty eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes the thing that shaped my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. Cha cha cha.
Thank you, James, then. And thank you, Elsie, for that perfect reading this morning. It fits right in with my talk title, which is
Holier than you are.
right. Did anybody have kind of a visceral emotional reaction to that? Because we've all heard that, haven't we? And we've heard it like this: who do you think you are? Right? Yeah. But it doesn't have to be like that. We can, there's 6 words in that sentence, and we can stress different words. I had a science teacher in grade 9 who used to do that. Do not drop your ruler on the floor. Do not drop your ruler on the floor. Do not drop your all the way through. So, who do you think you are? 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 And who do you think you are? Anybody ever say that to you? I remember being in grade 10 French class. We called him Mr. Frittata, was our teacher. It was very close to that. And he wasn't teaching us French at the moment. He was talking about something. His homeroom must have been some kind of a moral dilemma or a political event. And he expressed quite a strong opinion about it. And one of the boys, Hugh was his name, put up his hand, waited till he was recognized, stood, as we did in those days. Remember, we used to stood and said, "Sir, with respect, I disagree." And before he could explain why he disagreed, Mr. Frittata strode up to him and looked him in the eye and said, "What makes you think anybody cares what you think? Sit down." So there was this intake of breath in the room. And if I had been then the person that I am now, I would have raised my hand and stood up and said respectfully, "That's inappropriate. You can't do that. And I stand with you." And I would have invited everybody else to stand with you until 40 of us were there were 40 in the class in those days, until all 40 of us were standing. Then all 40 of us would march to the principal's office and ask that this teacher be reprimanded. But I said nothing, just like everybody else. Why? Because I didn't know who I was. I did not know who I was, and so I had no voice. No voice. Nothing to speak, because I had no concept of myself as entitled or even required to take a stand. Now I would feel required to take a stand. But we were all told things when we were kids that made us think we were not so great, right? Sit down and shut up. Ever get that one? It always amazes me that parents, when they have babies in the first couple of years, they're so excited when they learn to crawl, and then they take their first step, and then they walk to come to mommy, come to mommy. And then we teach them to speak, and we're all just praying for that first word. Is it going to be mama or dada, And for 5 years, they were encouraging us to walk and talk. They send us to school, and we're told to sit down and shut up. How does that make any sense? Just doesn't make any sense at all. We've all heard children should be seen and not heard. Do as I say. Don't ask questions. Getting a little big for your britches, aren't you? Nobody told our generation, "You are so special and you can do anything you want." We didn't get that one. So no wonder we all have worthiness issues, right? So the first 37 years of my life, I did not know who I was. And I never entertained the thought that I might be of value. I was living, as Thoreau called it, in a life of quiet desperation, right? Just blowing in the wind, being buffeted about by life, I thought life was just doing it to me, happening to me, nothing I could do about it. I did on occasion think about what I wanted to be, to figure out how I could be my best friend, Joan Daly, because she was lucky. She was beautiful. She was a ballet dancer, so she flowed across the room. You know, her body was in shape. She had hair that stayed where she put it. She had beautiful white teeth 50 years before we started bleaching them. She had big blue eyes and black lashes this long upon which she smeared Vaseline to make them shiny. Collect a little dirt, but she was very smart, first in the class in every subject, won every scholarship. She was the head cheerleader. She had the lead in every school play. She was the homecoming queen. Not only that, she was nice. She was intelligent, she was smart, and she was polite. And she had, in those days, we wore straight wool skirts, blouses, and belts. My blouse was always hanging out the back between the belt and the skirt. Joan's were always in the right place because, as I later found out, she pinned her blouses to her underwear so they didn't ride up. But anyway, for me, that kind of perfection was unattainable. So why try? You know, even in her social skills, I would phone Joan at her place and her mother would answer. And I'd say, "Is Joan there? Maybe please." I don't know. Maybe I said please. When Joan phoned my place and my mother answered, she would say, "Good evening, Mrs. Bowering. This is Joan Daly calling. May I speak with Patricia, please?" Now, my mom never said anything, but I know she was going around saying, "Why can't she be more like Joan Daly?" But I wasn't her. And so I considered myself a failure because I wasn't beautiful. I wasn't ugly, but I was plain. I was average. I wasn't smart. Well, I was smart. Could have been as smart as Joan Daly, but I never learned to apply myself. So my smartness didn't show. I wasn't talented at anything because I had never studied or learned or practiced anything. Our family wasn't rich. My parents couldn't afford me to send me to ballet school. Poor me. And so that was my game, my life game, my life plan growing up. Poor me. That was my game. And then I played a couple of other games as I got a little older. The first one was called I'll Be Happy When. Anybody know that one? When I was in school, and there's no rules to it, you know, you just make it up as you go. I thought I would be happy when I graduated high school, I could get a job and make some money, have my own money, then I'll be happy, right? And then I thought, well, if I move out of the house and get my own place, I'll be happy. And then I thought, well, if I had a man, I'd be happy. And then I thought if I got married, then I was for sure going to be happy, right? Once I got married, I knew that I would be really happy once I had a baby. And then when I had 3 babies, I thought I'd be happy if I got a divorce. And it was like, it just went on and on and on, you know. And so I lived that way all through the most important times of my life. Through my schooling, my courtship, my marriage, my child raising. That's who I was. Poor me. I'll be happy when. And then my grand find was, this isn't it. This isn't the right house. This isn't the right husband. This isn't the right job. So, because I was not pretty enough and I was not neat enough like Joan Daly and I was not polite enough and I was not being appreciated enough for sure and never having enough. That's how I lived my life. I was never confident enough. If you'd asked me then who I thought I was, well, I'm a doctor's receptionist. I'm a mother. That was it. I was a victim. I was part of the great mass of men living lives of quiet desperation. There had been one little glimmer in high school that I remember. It was an assembly. I was in grade 11, an assembly. And this guest speaker was speaking to us, and I have no recollection at all who he was or what he was speaking about. But I can still picture him leaning across the podium looking me straight in the eye, I swear. And he said, "Who are you? I don't mean what's your name. I don't mean where do you live. I don't mean what do your parents do. I mean, who are you?" Holy crap. You know, I had never, ever considered a philosophical, existential, that kind of question. You know, it was just dealing with whatever came up. This whole thought of who are you? And actually, the school halls buzzed for a couple of days because other kids were going, "What is this? What is this?" And surprisingly, not one teacher picked up on that. Even our guidance counselor, you know, could have picked on up and started us on as sort of self-awareness class, but they never did. In fact, as I recall it, for guidance classes, we were separated into boys and girls. The boys got, what's the training? Aptitude testing. The girls were shown a movie that told us if we pretended we liked football, we'd get more dates. So that's at the level my mind was up until somebody said, "Who are you?" And then I discovered New Thought. And the teachings here that our words are powerful, that our thoughts are creative, and I am exactly what I say I am. Because the saying creates the being. So what do I say I am to? So we make affirmations, I am statements, as Thomas calls them. So it's important to do affirmations and to make them positive, because if you say I am sad or I am sick or I am tired, you make yourself that. And if you say I am happy, it starts to happen. At least it gives permission to happen. So I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am. Those of you who know me well know that almost whenever someone asks me how I am, I say I'm happy, rich, and good looking. Right. Right. And you know, I've been saying that I think since about 1982. And when I first started to say that to people, I'm happy, rich, and good looking, how are you? They would respond in one of two ways. And the one by far the majority was, "What, you win the lottery?" And every once in a while, somebody would say, "Yeah, me too." And that's changed dramatically since then. I would say now 75% of people respond in a positive way. "Yeah, that's great. Can I use that? Yeah, me too, just the same." And the other 25% are still, hung up on the lottery thing. So New Thought came along and taught me that I was actually contributing to what happened in my life. What a knock upside the head that was. And it was uncomfortable to realize that I was contributing to my own experiences, to realize that the world wasn't doing it to me. It's much easier to believe that the world is doing it to me, to realize that the men in my life were not doing it to me, because all the men in my life, no matter who they were, the only thing consistent was that I was in relationship with them. I was the only constant. It was uncomfortable to realize that had I known when I was in high school what I know now, I would probably have been just as successful as Joan Daly, or even more so. Had I known that all her good fortune was coming from, not from her external circumstances, but from the power within her, from knowing herself, from knowing who she was, being confident in who she was, having faith in herself, using her inner power. It would have been interesting to ask her in those days, "Who do you think you are?" Would have been interesting. So this idea that what I think I am creates what I am was the most difficult, but the most liberating lesson I have ever learned. It truly is the truth that set me free. Yeah? Anybody relate to that? Okay. See, I had thought I was just a child of lower middle class, uneducated parents, surviving in a world that was stacked against me. Nothing I could do about it. But I found out that I was a powerful co-creator of my own experiences, of my own circumstances. That I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that change the things that shape my life. I love that song. So it was a huge, huge turning point in my life. And since then, I have been an entirely different person. I'm sure I still make mistakes and I do stupid things. And some of them have been pretty big and some pretty stupid. And I still carry around some of those thoughts that surface every once in a while, those old thoughts and beliefs. I still do that thing. But the thing is, once you've been woken up, you can't go back to sleep. You can nap a little bit, but you cannot go unconscious forever. Once you know who you are, you can never again fool yourself that you don't know that. Sorry. You can forget for a little while, but something will always bring your memories back, a reminder to snap you out of it. If you're willing, if you keep your mind open. So when I'm experiencing frustration, anger, boredom, impatience, I still do. You know that, right? It's when I've forgotten for just a minute who I am. Now I can self-diagnose and self-correct. I can treat myself. I can look after it. My favorite reminder is the simple affirmation, I am bigger than this. No matter how stupid somebody else is being or how slow the traffic is or whatever it is that's going on, I am bigger than this. And usually I say to myself, breathe. Breathe. It's such a tool. Just your one single breath when you're frustrated or angry. There are times when I have been absolutely worried, frantic, when somebody is late getting home, right? You know what your mother used to say. I saw you lying on a pool of blood on the edge of the highway, I've been that frantic. Or somebody is ignoring my emails. I emailed her 10 days ago and she hasn't, that kind of thing. And I magnify that. And I worry about, actually, I had a telephone call yesterday. Just flashed up for a second and then it disappeared, but I could see that it was from California. My sisters live in California and it wasn't a number I recognized. So I dialed it and I got an answering machine and said, hi, this is Marco, leave me a message. My sister's stepson in California is Marco. Why would Marco call me? Oh my God, my sister's dead, right? Isn't that right? And so I called again and I left a message. And it took about an hour before he got back to me and said, I'm so sorry, I pocket dialed you. How are you? But meanwhile, I had been praying. Now, I'm not sure that my prayer changed history and made Susan, but it might have. It might have, I don't know. But I do remember the power of prayer too. And our prayer is not to change God's mind about anything, but to change our own minds, to ease my mind, to correct my thinking, change the vibration of the circumstance. So when someone comes to me for prayer, really what they need underneath is peace of mind, is knowing that they can deal with this situation. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that change the things that shape my life. What they really need is peace of mind. And peace of mind is always a choice. You can always choose that. Because we always have many choices available to us. It's like a buffet laid out in front of us, right? Buffet of our 12 powers that we can select the right one to help us just at this time. So we have when it comes to our physical lives, specifically our bodies, we have a buffet of choices we can make, physical choices, right? We can come to a medical practitioner, we can choose to go to a doctor, an alternative practitioner, we can change our diet, do exercises, take vitamins, If we listen to our body and make those choices, we have a whole buffet. We can wear wigs, we can color our hair, we can shave our heads, we can choose expensive designer clothing, or we can shop at the thrift store. All choices, all valid choices. And we have a buffet of mental choices for us too. Every conceivable thought is on the table, and the table is the universe. Every thought that's ever been thought or ever will be thought, every inconceivable thought is available to be thought. Which ones will we pick up and put in our plate? We can swallow a whole banquet full of thoughts by adopting a religion, the whole thing all at once, or a political party. Or we can carefully examine and choose every thought we're going to put in our repertoire. And we have a spiritual buffet. It has 12 dishes on it. On those dishes are faith, strength, love, wisdom, power, imagination, understanding, order, will, zeal, elimination, and life. Choose. You can choose like a stew and put them all in there if you want, or one at a time. Listen to your spirit. You know which power you can activate at any time. Choose to help you remember who you are and that you are bigger than this. You are a child of God. This is a surprise. You are a child of God, a growing, unfolding, expanding center of light and love, mighty to attract your good and radiate good to others. Have you ever applied that to yourself before? Would you say it with me? I am a child of God, a growing, unfolding, expanding center of light and love, mighty to attract my good and radiate good to others. Let's take that into meditation. And so I invite you to simply allow your body to be completely relaxed, breathing in and just allowing your body to soften in your chair, allowing your eyes to close if you're comfortable, your shoulders to slump, your jaw to slack, your forehead to smooth, your neck to relax. Relax. And for our concentration center again, I am a child of God, a growing, unfolding, expanding center of light and love, mighty to attract my good and radiate good to others. Just say that to yourself 2 or 3 times. And now just allowing yourself to slip into the silence. And in gratitude for this knowing, for this wisdom, this teaching, for knowing that we are children of God, growing, unfolding, expanding centers of light and love, mighty to attract our good and radiate good to others. And so it is. James, please.
To change, I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. and I love myself just the way I am. I love you just the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside myself, it's easy to love you. Behind your tears, your rage, your fears, I see your shining star. And I love you just the way you are. I love the world the way it is, 'cause I can clearly see that all the things I judge are done by people just like me. So till the birth of peace on earth that only love can bring, I'll help it grow by loving everything. I love myself the way I am, and still I want to grow. But change outside can only come when deep inside I know I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am.
Thank you so much, James and Patricia. That was wonderful. I feel really good. I always feel good when I come here. So, we have some happenings in our communities. We have a new home at Brecken, 2020 Estevan. It's going to start on the 2nd of June. Our start time is 12:30 p.m. If you're looking for parking, there's not a lot at Brecken, so there's additional parking across the street at the school, Zugla's restaurant, and Midas Muffler as well. Buses are 1, 20, and 25. United Vancouver Island Comox in-person service, second Sunday every month at the Lion's Den. And the next service is June 9th. It will be Judy Murakami, and there will be a potluck lunch following. There's a prayer circle the second and fourth Tuesdays every month at 11:30 in the Spiritual Center, May 21st and June 11th and 25th. Oh, did it flip? Unity Vancouver Island, Victoria, in-person service, third Sunday of each month. That was today with Reverend Thomas. And the prayer circle, first Monday each month at the Metropolitan Room 119, June 3rd at 11 a.m. Nanaimo, seated Tai Chi with Rick at Tuesdays or here at or on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Course in Miracles with Leanne on Thursdays at 10:30, and Quantum Healing Meditation with myself, which is next Wednesday. It will be our last one here. We're also having Reverend Thomas doing a sound healing for us, so everyone's welcome. Please join. And that is May the 22nd, starting at 6 p.m. Thank you for your abundance, all the funding, your time, and the treats that I saw come in today. They look really yummy. And your donations, you can donate online. You can also donate if you come in person here, and everything is welcome. Thank you. And we'll have another song. Thank you.
There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go it down? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go it down? Your infinite love made everything I see, and all that will ever be your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever I choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. There is more than enough in the universe that you created. There is more than enough on the planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go it down? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go it down? Your infinite love made everything I see, and all that will ever be your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. Your infinite love made me. Your infinite love made everything I see, and all that will ever be your infinite love.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to do a children's blessing. Do we have kids today? No. So we'll do the prayer for them. We see the divine light shining as you. We love and appreciate you exactly the way you are. Our vision, Unity Vancouver Island, is a growing, unfolding, expanding center of light and love, mighty to attract its good and radiate good to others. And Margaret, she'll be in the prayer room today for individual prayer support. She's also on the camera. Thank you. Following the service today. Please join us for our prayer of protection. The light that is God surrounds us. We are one with the light. The love that is God enfolds us. We are one with the love. The power that is God protects us. We are one with the power. The presence that is God watches over us. We are one with the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and so it is. Amen. And our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, and peace that's what meant to be. With love as our center, family on our way. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this is the moment now. With solemn vow to take its moment and live its moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me.